Welcome to class number 170, and let's continue and finish our little story with Natasha Zarakovich, our Russian friend, the Russian chemist. And if you remember, last night there was a surprise party for her. Yes, well, last night, really, yesterday afternoon. She didn't tell anybody because the custom in Russia is for people to bring food and drink to celebrate a person's birthday. And she didn't tell anybody because she was on a strict diet. She was dieting, trying not to gain weight, but to lose weight. I don't understand it because she looks good to me, but apparently she's not happy with her weight, and so she's on a diet. She's on a strict diet. And for that reason, that's why, for that reason, es un precioso inglés. Por esa razón, por ese motivo. Sin embargo, se dice 1000 veces más, es por eso, por lo que. That's why. That is why. Contracción. That's why. That's why she didn't tell anybody that it was her birthday. Because she didn't want to have to eat food in the celebration. However, sin embargo, she didn't remember that her boss, Gregory, was going out a lot. Salía mucho con ella, pero not exclusive, but he with Karina, one of Natasha's best friends. So, did Karina see Gregory yesterday? Yes, she did. Really? Where did they see each other? Well, they met for lunch. Where did they meet? Well, I suppose they met in a restaurant and had lunch together. And did Karina mention anything? Mention, fíjate en la pronunciación de mencionar, mention, chin, mention. Did Karina mention anything about Natasha? Yes, she did. What did she say? She told Gregory, fíjate que yo say en la pregunta, pero he respondido con told porque he añadido el complemento indirecto que es Gregory. What did she say? Yes, she mentioned Natasha. Good. What did she say? She told Gregory that it was Natasha's birthday. And what did Gregory say? I don't know. But I imagine he said, she didn't tell anybody. No se lo dijo a nadie. She didn't tell anybody. Well, I'm going to organize a party for her. Probably. Estoy especulando ahora. I'm speculating about the conversation between Karina and Gregory yesterday in the restaurant. She said, it's her birthday. Well, she didn't say anything. She didn't tell anybody. Fíjate, yo say y tell. She didn't say anything. No dijo nada. Nada es complemento directo, por eso digo say. She didn't say anything. No se lo dijo a nadie. O sea, ya entra el complemento indirecto. She didn't tell anyone. She didn't tell anybody. Vaya. Well, I have an idea. This is Gregory. This is my speculation on the conversation. I have an idea. Listen. We are going to prepare a party for her at the end of the working day at 4:30. I'm going to call her, telling her I need her help. It's not true, but telling her I need her help. And when she comes up, the party will be ready. Then around 7 we'll go to the gypsy place. You remember? The nightclub in Moscow? Oh, yeah. Karina, can you meet us there? She said, yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. Tonight at 7 p.m., 7:30. Meet us at the gypsy place, in el lugar de los gitanos, y su música folk. In Russia, there are a lot of gypsies in Russia, and in Spain too. And similar. In Spain, the gypsies are famous for the cantejondo, for the flamenco, for the seguidillas. The gypsies, very good music. And in Russia, it's similar. A different kind of music, but it's folk music, and they're very talented. And so they decided, and Karina said, okay. So, did Gregory tell Natasha? Well, did Gregory say happy birthday to Natasha? No, he didn't. Not at the beginning. But he organized food, well, cakes and tea. No alcohol, in the office. Oh. And then did he call Natasha? Yes, he called her. What time did he call her? Call her. What time did he? Escucha. Escucha primero como lo dice un nativo. What time did he call her? What time did he call her? Ahora, un profesor de inglés en clase diría, what time did he call her? Aspirando las H's. Pero un nativo dice, what time did he? Did he call her? Call her, call her, call her? Call her. What time did he call her? Call her. What time did he call her? He called her, called her, call her, called her. Oye esa diferencia. He called her at 4:20, I think. Yes. He called her at 4:20. Why did he call her at 4:20? Excuse me? Why did he call her at 4:20? He called her at 4:20 because he wanted to catch her before she left. Because he knew that she was going to leave at 4:30. Why did he know that? Because she always leaves work at 4:30. She doesn't work late except certain days, certain times. So he called her. And did he invite her to the party? No, he didn't. What did he do? He gave her an excuse. Well, he told a lie. Gregory is mentiroso. He's a liar. Well, yes and no. A white lie. Piadosa, digamos. Yeah, he told her, he didn't tell her the truth. He didn't tell her the truth. He told her a lie. Una mentira. What did he tell her? He told her that he needed her help with a report. He told her he was preparing a report. And he told her that he needed to finish it by 5:30. By 5:30? ¿Por qué no at 5:30? No. Espera. At 5:30. Él no tenía que terminar el informe a las 5:30 en punto. En ese caso diría at 5:30. Tenía que terminarlo para las 5:30 como más tarde. En estos casos decimos by. Lo haré a finales de año. I'll do it at the end of the year. Tengo que hacerlo para finales de año. O antes de finales de año. I have to do it by the end of the year. So, he told her he needed to finish a report. And he told her he needed her help with a report that he needed to finish by 5:30. And did she agree to help him? Excuse me? Did Natasha agree? To agree, además de estar de acuerdo, es ponerse de acuerdo. Se puso de acuerdo en ayudar. So, did she agree? Did she agree to help Gregory? Yes, she did. Well, when did she go to his office? Yes, she did. Did she use the elevator or the lift? No, she didn't. Well, how did she go? She went up the stairs. She went up the stairs. She climbed the stairs. Ah, okay. What floor does Gregory work on? What floor does Gregory work on? Precolocación, preposición. He works on the 3rd floor. She went up 2 flights of stairs. And what did she find when she got there? Well, she found tin workmates, compañeros de trabajo, co-workers, and Gregory, and they said, "Happy birthday, surprise." Was she surprised? Yes, she was surprised. And did they congratulate her? Bueno, sí, la enhorabuena, decían felicidades. Yes, they congratulated her on her birthday. Yeah, she's 29 today. When we started, she was 28. Hey, happy birthday, Natasha, you're 29. Next year, you're 30, chica. Yeah. Bueno, next year, you're 2010. Yeah, next year, she'll be 2010. Right, Natasha? Not 29. All right. And so, how long did they stay? How long? Well, what did they have? They had cakes and tea. And did Natasha eat any cakes? Well, little cupcakes, called magdalenas. She ate one only. Did she drink a tea? Yes, she drank a tea with no sugar. Okay. She's on a diet. No sugar. All right. And how long did they stay in the office? They stayed in the office. They stayed in the office until 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. And did Gregory go home after that? No, nobody went home. Gregory made a reservation. Well, Gregory suggested, sugirió, suggested, tercera columna. Gregory suggested going, or Gregory suggested they go to a nightclub. Yeah, on the outskirts of Moscow? No, on the outskirts, no. In las afueras? No, in the center of Moscow. And did all of them go? I think so. I think all 10 people went. All of them went to the nightclub. Who else went to the nightclub? Karina. Karina. It doesn't say that. No? It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that Karina went to the nightclub. How do you know? It's a long story. Come on, Richard. Tell me. Well, I know because Natasha told me. When did she tell you? She told me about 3 years ago. So this is a long time. How old is Natasha now? She's 33. So she told you, well, where did she tell you? In London. So you met with Natasha in London, yes. You see, Natasha went to Scotland later. We'll see later. And she went to Glasgow, to Edinburgh, and then she went to London. I met her in London for the first time. And she told me about her love life, and it included Karina. And she told me why. All right, because she danced with Gregory more than with Karina that night. Karina got very jealous. All right, but in any case, did they have a good time? Yes, they had a very good time. They had a wonderful time. They had a great time. Great, grande. They had a great time. They had a blast. Blast es explosión, es voladura, literalmente. They had a blast. Well, what kind of nightclub was it? Well, it was a club with music. Well, what kind of music? Folk music, gypsy folk. Well, folk music, played by a gypsy group. All right. What time did Natasha leave the nightclub? She left at 10:30. Well, in Spain, that's very early. Yes, but Spain is different. Yeah, the night life starts at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's crazy. All right, but in Moscow, no. The nightlife starts earlier. Besides, this is a working night. Tomorrow, the next day was Friday. All right, so they finished, well, drinking, eating, having a good time, dancing. They finished at 10 o'clock, at 10:30. And then they went home. Did they all go to the same house? No. They went to their respective homes. And where did Natasha go? She went home. Was her mother asleep or awake when she got home? Oh, I suppose her mother was awake. How do you know? Well, it says, ¿lo has leído o no? It says that she talked to her mother for a few minutes and then went to bed. So I assume, I suppose, that her mother was awake. Well, maybe Natasha woke up her mother and, Mama, wake up. But I don't think so. Probably the mother was worried. But Natasha's 29. Yeah, but mothers always worry. Yes, mothers never stop worrying. Women worry. Yeah, all the time. They're always worrying about everything. Yeah, but they live longer than men. So, I don't know, stress, worry, maybe it's good for your health because women live 3 or 4 years longer than men on the average, worrying all the time about everything. So, probably Natasha's mother was worried, thinking about Natasha's, thinking it's very late. Natasha has to get up very early to go to the lab. And so she waited, and when Natasha got home, they talked for a few minutes. But Natasha's a very mature young lady. Don't you agree? I mean, does she look like a mature young lady? Una joven madura? Does she look like a mature young lady? She does to me. Does she to you? She does to me. Sí, para mí. O sea, pero dijo she does. Does she look like? She does to me. Does she to you? Yeah, she looks like a mature young lady. Yes. She's on a diet. Yeah. So, and then she went to bed. What time did she go to bed? She went to bed at 11 o'clock. Not bad. I didn't last night. I went to bed at 12. Yeah. So I went to bed later than Natasha. But at that time, I didn't know Natasha. When this happened, I didn't know Natasha. I met her 2 or 3 years later. Yeah, I met her. We'll see. Later, she'll go to Scotland. Strange. Why does a Russian girl go to Scotland? Well, because her cousin lives in Scotland. Andrei. He lives in Scotland. And why does he live in Scotland? Well, because his father is an aeronautical engineer. And there's an agreement between the United Kingdom and Russia concerning certain components for aviation. And so Andrei and his family live in Scotland. And every year, Andrei invites Natasha to Scotland. And every year she says no, because they don't have any money. You see, Natasha's father died several years ago. And Natasha's mother doesn't work. They live on a pension and on Natasha's salary because Natasha's younger brother is finishing his studies. And so the only income Natasha's family has is the mother's widow pension, viudedad, and Natasha's salary. Natasha's salary is not bad, but she's a civil servant, funcionaria. She's a civil servant as a chemist in the Russian state laboratory. So her salary's not bad, but it's a typical bureaucrat, it's a typical civil service salary. All right. So she went to bed at 11 o'clock, and the next morning she got up and went to work, and it was Friday, and she was very glad that it was Friday. So now you know the story of Natasha and her birthday. All right, her birthday. Yes, her birthday. All right, let's practice. Point 18. Do we still have time, Marta? How much time do we have left? Yeah, we have about 6 minutes. According to Marta, según, according to Marta, we have 6 minutes left, which means now we have 5.5 minutes left. Yeah, but sometimes Marta gives me incorrect information. And sometimes I'm surprised when she stops things abruptly. Said, wait, you told me we had 3 or 5 minutes left. Said, well, con su acento sevillano me desarma. She disarms me with that Seville accent. I can't get angry with Marta. It's impossible. She de-weaponizes me. She disarms me. All right. When did you see him? I saw him last week. Ahora, como he dicho 1000 veces ya, los nativos nos comemos las H's. When did you see him? Si te sale muy bien, adelante, pero normalmente no sale bien a un hispanohablante, decirlo así. Prefiero que aspires la H. When did you see him? I saw him. ¿Cuándo fue? Last week. Le vi la semana pasada. I saw him last week. How many important things did you do yesterday? I don't know. I didn't do anything important. Aquí dice I did 2 important things yesterday. I don't know. I gave this class. Do you consider it important? Was yesterday's class important for you? For me? I mean, I have given 50,000 hours of class. I've given 100,000 half hours of class. Was yesterday's half hour important for me? Yes, of course, it was important. So I did at least one thing important. What else did I do yesterday? I had lunch. That was important. I had dinner. That was important. I watched TV. That was important. I read 1 chapter from Claudio Sanchez Albornoz. That was important. I read, what else did I do? What else was important? I got up. Everything's important in life. Yeah. I wrote 2 emails. I made 1 telephone call. I wrote 2 emails. I took a nap. ¿Cómo? I took a nap. Me eché una siesta. I took a cat nap. Cat nap? What's a cat nap? Siesta del gato. What's that? It's a power nap. Siesta de repotentación. What's that? Listen, a short nap, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, perhaps maximum 10 minutes. These naps usually are power naps. We say power nap because you feel, wow, you feel fresh. A 2-hour nap, you can't move the rest of the day. But with a cat, we say cat nap. Starting 30 years ago, the concept of power nap became, but a nap. Now the word siesta is international. Everybody in the world knows the word siesta. In fact, the 2 most widely known words in the Spanish language in Indonesia, China, Russia are siesta and fiesta. So the people think, the people in Spain, fiesta and siesta. Yes. I remember Andre Gromyko. No Andre in Scotland, but Andre Gromyko was the Russian Soviet foreign minister for many years in the Soviet Union. And the first time and only time he came to Spain, he said, I'm surprised. And the journalist said, why are you surprised? He said, I expected to see people dancing in the street and the women with flowers in their hair. Okay. He expected the typical stereotype. You know, the stereotype with the man with the knife in his mouth and the woman with a flower in her hair dancing flamenco. All right. So, but in any case, it is. Yesterday I did a lot of important things. Yes, sir. How many times did you cut your finger last year? I don't think I cut my finger last year. I burned my finger. Ouch! But I didn't cut my finger. You need to be careful when you're cutting, eh? Yeah. I remember my second job. The second job in my life was in a supermarket, Safeway, in Oklahoma. And I remember the manager of the supermarket was an ex-butcher, carnicero. And I remember he was missing 2 fingers. Le faltaban dos dedos. And he said, with a typical accent, I cut my finger when I was butcher. 30 years he said, 30 years as a butcher, you're lucky to have your fingers intact completely. All right, as a butcher, yes. So, and one time, a customer asked him to cut the meat himself. And the butcher said, well, fine, but be very careful. And the man cut it very well. And the butcher said, wow, very good. Are you a butcher? He said, no, I'm a surgeon. So he cut the meat very, very well. All right, but I remember, I didn't cut my finger yesterday. What else? How many times? How did you come here this morning? Te lo dije antes, I drove. How did I come here? I came by car. I came by car. I drove here. And when this class is over, I'm going to drive home. So, see you tomorrow.